Hi there, it's Donna again from the Schoolhouse Yoga Retreat YouTube channel. And we're going to do a little bit more with downward facing dog today. Just a few more things because I gave a lot of information on the first one. And so remember, we talked about spreading the fingers wide. Today, I would like to talk about the concept of the heels of our hands and the heels of our feet. I also talked about spreading our toes as well as our fingers in downward facing dog and having your feet about hip distance apart. So you can refer back to that first one to learn more. And now I'm going to add a little bit more. One thing I said was tie your hair up. Though I realized when I was kind of playing around with this for down dog, it might look cool to have the hair hanging today. So we'll look a little bit at down dog, not worrying about the hair. So we're going to spread the fingers wide and we're going to come up. And what I'd like you to think about today as you come up is pulling your tailbone up. Start with the knees bent. We talked about how some people will keep their knees bent. Pull the tailbone up and back. Pull the belly up and back, which I also talked about in number one. But what I didn't talk about was pressing forward into the heels of your hands and pulling back into the heels of your feet, even if they don't touch the floor. So whether your knees are bent or straight, pull back on the heels. If your legs are straight, see if you can push the back of your knees toward the wall behind you. Really, for me, that's like my final frontier, is opening up the back of my knees. Squeeze up on your kneecaps and the big muscles above your knee called the quadriceps. This will strengthen the muscle. And also as you squeeze the muscle to the bone, it helps to strengthen the bone. So as you push forward into the heels of your hands, also feel like you're pushing into all of the fingers, the knuckles of the fingers. Feel that little arch in your hand, just like we have an arch in our feet. And then if you can, ground into the big toes, spread your toes, as I mentioned in number one. And then the last thing I'm going to say here is see if you have your legs straight in particular. I think this works better. Try to make your inner and outer ankle have equal weight. That one is, to me, really changing the pose, right? So if you look at the way that you wear your shoes, you'll see with the way you're probably using your feet in your downward facing dog. So what we're looking for in our down dog is to stretch, to strengthen, to not strain. The shoulders go down the back. A lot of times we hear the instruction, shoulder blades down your back. You can also think of shoulders towards your waist, no scrunchy shoulders. And that was my short just addition to downward facing dog, Adho Mukha Svanasana, that I think will help you continue to refine this pose. The thing about yoga that's wonderful is we want to do it for our entire life. And we always have an opportunity, like life, to learn from our poses and to refine them each and every time. So it stays really interesting, inspiring, and illuminating. Thank you so much for tuning in for a little bit more about downward facing dog. And we'll be adding more stuff and keeping you going with your yoga. We hope forever. All right. Have a great day.